What is up, you heathens and demons, you sinners and saints, you blasphemous, beautiful bastards? Welcome back to The Rage. This should be fun. I am really tired. So, yesterday I didn't stream. I did my OCD cleaning. I did it for about 6 hours before work. And then I went to work all night and I was tired and I told myself I was going to go home last night. And instead I went and I hung out with Jay Spatchcock on his channel and we had a good conversation, a group of us. And then we all went to Praise's channel where we all got timed out by Gavin. Gavin just went totally Nazi last night. And then Praise ended up giving everybody wrenches, so Gavin couldn't be a Nazi anymore. And then Praise went Nazi and started timing everybody out. And then I went and hung out with Smokey for just a little while. But we're not going to be covering that today. I'll probably be covering that on Thursday. That interaction. It should surprise nobody at all that Smokey Saint is a science denier. And it's really stereotypical, honestly. It's really stereotypical. So I'll be showing that on Thursday, probably Thursday morning, because Thursday night we're going to have our Women of Atheism Roundtable once again. So that'll be Thursday. I was going to be streaming right now with John Peterson, and we were going to be reviewing an interaction that John Peterson had with P. Mars, but John we're pretty sure John has COVID, so he's not feeling very good today. Decided that we'll do that tomorrow at 7 p.m. That should be funny. You're going to want to come for that and watch the entertainment of P. Mars. Pretty sure he's an incel, but that's for tomorrow. Today we're going to be looking at an interaction that Smokey Saint had with Cerberus Hex. And I've had an interaction with Cerberus Hex back in the day on my Discord server. He approached me about a moderator. It led to disagreements, and it led to a dumpster fire of a stream to where, looking back on it now, I'm probably more in agreement with his position. But of course, I defended my moderator. And the level of trolling that came with it really gave me no choice. I had to do what I did. But that doesn't mean I have any issues with Cerberus Hex, and it doesn't mean that I can't appreciate a good ass whooping when I see it, or a good triggering when I see it. And Cerberus Hex is going to trigger the fuck out of Smokey Saint. Now, somebody was asking before the stream started, like, who is Cerberus Hex? And maybe you saw Dragnot's response. Cerberus Hex is old school. He's a G+ guy. He can argue. He can argue with pretty much anybody from what I've seen. Don't know him all that well. Like I said, we only had that one interaction, and he always maintained that he didn't really have an issue with me. It was my moderators. And I think he's always been fair about that. So we're going to be looking at this. This is going to be hilarious. I want to say what's up, chat. I saw Dragnot was here. Manuel Martins. Ronan, Kanushi, it be it. What's up, Ronan? Lucifer Almighty, Smokey is just a waste. I really agree with that. I really agree with that. Quentin Phipps, Ginger, or Random Ginger. What's up, Quentin? Immutable Destiny, Tatted Jedi. What's up, Tatted Jedi? Been a while. I need to start watching the Geek Room again. I just don't have much time. But what's up, Tatted? Will Kincaid, watch out for Dragnot, Will. you're fucking with a beast. Skyout's here. What's up, Skyout? I sent you an email about a conversation, so get back with me, Skyout. Ann Kennedy, longtime supporter Ann Kennedy. What's up, Ann Kennedy? Vindictus the Bat, patron. What's up? Junk Shop Library. What's up, Junk Shop? Brainbug. So many of you guys are here. Paul Camish is here. Ryan. What is up, guys? Yuri Bench all the way from Israel. Call me Emo. What's up, guys? Iron Charioteer. We are going to have fun today. We're going to have fun. And I'm glad that I actually ended up getting to do this today, because I was planning on doing this today, and then John called me yesterday, told me about the interaction with P. Mars. I looked at it. It was hilarious. So I was like, yeah, we'll stream that tomorrow. And then John didn't feel well. Here we are. This is going to be a lot of fun. So let's get it to the right screen and all of that. I'm not sure where people are coming from when we start this. So Cerberus Hex and Smokey Saint had a conversation on another channel, and I'm assuming it was probably Praise's channel, but it could have been Logical, Probable, Plausible. It could have been a number of Christians. It could have been Standing for Truth. I have no idea where they were before Smokey started his stream, but they had been in another room having a conversation, and I'm guessing that stream ends and Smokey is starting his stream, so everybody comes over to continue the conversation or to have a new conversation, and that's where we're going to be picking up. Let's just get right into it.
I might not have the actual patience for this tonight. I don't know.
Oh God, that laugh.
We're gonna give it a go. It's been a really, really hot, humid, miserable day, and I don't know.
Hey, what's up, Fiona?
How much patience
always leaves me really good.
Have with
Here,
too
let me
much
pause this.
stupid.
What's up, Fiona? Always leaving me really great comments. And never gets a chance to catch live. Welcome to a live stream, Fiona.
I hope.
What's up,
I hope it's mostly just going to be good,
Korag?
relatively positive conversations.
All right, so anytime like Smokey Saint tells you he wants a relatively good, relatively positive conversation, he's lying. The dude doesn't know how to have a positive conversation. He doesn't know how to have a positive back and forth. You're going to see that. Like, I think that it's telling, and I need to show more interactions that's not just me and Smokey, to show that the way that he comes at me is just the way he goes at everybody. If you're not in his circle of Christians, if you're not a Christian that he considers brother, he's going to go at you in this manner, and it's going to be a manner full of insults. It's going to be a manner where his argumentation is full of ad hocs. And he's going to sit there and accuse you of not being able to understand what he's saying, while it's him that's totally not understanding the arguments. Smokey Saint cannot get out of his worldview to understand the arguments. And it's one thing to kind of look at me and say, oh, Rage, he's just stupid. He can't understand my arguments. You might get away with that with some people. I have a reputation, right? But with a guy like Cerberus Hex, who has a completely different reputation, who, as I said, as Dragnath said, is G+ days, has been arguing here on the YouTubes for a really long time, well, you're just not going to get away with that. You're not going to get away with that with a guy like Cerberus Hex compared to a guy like me, because I'll just sit there and say, yeah, you're probably right.
And that even I could moderate for part of it, potentially. But anyone that wants to join, the link is in the description below. So, you click on that, jump in the show, come into back studio, I will let you in.
He'll let you in. Just like he let me into his head. All right, so he's not really using the porn music anymore. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's still some cheesy music, but it's not that porn music anymore. And that's because I talk shit about it. He's still laughing, but I just don't think he can control that. He did try to cut out the laugh for about 2 days, and he just can't control that heckle that he's got. But, this is going to be fun, because Cerberus Hex is coming right up in this bitch.
And we can have a little chat. Looks like maybe Quentin is here. Hold on, Quentin. Let's see, I'll bring you in here. Okay. Hello there, Quentin. How are you?
Oh, man.
How are you today?
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, I get that. Hot and miserable over here.
So Quentin's been around everywhere. He's been in a lot of streams, and so Quentin's going to be the first, but everybody should be hopping in. I did watch this, but I watched it 2 days ago.
Sounds about right. It's actually nice outside for once today.
Yeah, it's a disaster over here. It's like 100
Vindictus, this was August 15th, so it's just a couple days old.
degrees, and it's like 90% humidity. I'm dying.
Well, that's always fun.
Yeah, I almost didn't want to do it because my headphones are literally sticking to my head, and it's not particularly pleasant.
Right. No, I'm chilling outside. It feels nice out. It just got done raining.
Sweet. I wish that was the case. Oh, and Otangelo's here. Otangelo, welcome, sir. How are you?
Hi, Smokey. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Pleasure to have you.
It's that Looney Tunes Martian guy.
Thank you. I was today in the afternoon at Michael Pudding's channel, and he didn't permit me to get in to defend that DNA was code. And
All right, like, I am totally misremembering this because I thought Cerberus Hex was in it from the very beginning, but he will be coming in. He will be coming in, and this conversation will continue.
I thought that was pretty strange. Why is he afraid or something about me now?
Yeah. Quentin is not a Christian. I believe Quentin is an agnostic. I thought he was an atheist, but he's agnostic.
Well, who's afraid? Who are we talking about? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Michael Pudding.
Oh, Speed of Pudding?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, he runs from everyone once he realized there's a certain a level of being a competent contender, which you are, and he knows you would make him look just absolutely ridiculous. So that's why he's run from Maddox, he's run from Tony. I mean, he's even run from me, oddly enough. I mean, I even went on his channel once, and he just tried to give some stupid example, and I left, and now he just won't have anything to do with me or a conversation. He'd rather.
All right, so Smokey says this guy, whoever he's talking about, is running from him, but yet Smokey just admitted that he went into a room, had a conversation, and Smokey left. And now the guy won't talk to him. It sounds like maybe Smokey got triggered because he got owned. I mean, just I didn't see the conversation, but I'm just saying, like, Smokey, you pretty much gave yourself away right there. Like, if the guy was running, why are you the one that left the room? Oh, because I know you, because you get fucking triggered and you rage quit. You know, it's hilarious. I used to do that shit. I didn't really rage quit, but I would rage quit people, and it would just end good conversations. You can ask Dragnon about that. I've really come a long way. Like, I've got a lot more patience than I used to have. I have a lot more patience than I used to have. And you'll grow, Smokey. You'll get better with time. Although, you know, a fun thing that I found out yesterday about Smokey Saint is the dude is like 37 years old. Now, I thought he was like early 20s, and that would explain the immaturity. That would explain how, you know, he gets so triggered and has to just start slinging those insults. But the guy's 37 years old. No shit. Like Smokey, you should have grown up a long fucking time ago, dude. You should have been able to develop a thicker skin a long time ago. You always talk about how we're triggered. And in the conversation I had with him last night, he reveals himself to be the righty-tighty that he is. And he has all those talking points about the left. The left is this, the left is that. Oh, it was 37 years old, guys. 37 fucking years old.
Rather go on other people's channels and talk crap about me, apparently, is what he'd rather do than have an actual debate or conversation. So it's ridiculous.
Do you guys remember when he was saying that I was running from him? Remember, like, when he said that I was scared? But here I am going up into all these different rooms with Smokey Saint just to have a conversation with him. And Smokey Saint won't come up in here to have a conversation with me. But yeah, it's everybody else that's running from Smokey. Everybody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nicholas, welcome, sir. How are you today?
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
Nicholas
good.
had some fun today.
Yeah, speaking of me today and Speed, he was a pretty gracious host for me. He let me be very assertive without like trying to shut that down or anything. So I appreciate that.
Beautiful.
I definitely want to say that.
No, you handled yourself actually really well on that, Nicholas, and you were assertive where you needed to be. You were.
All right, so this Nicholas guy, he should be coming on the channel. I got his email. I'm going to be emailing him. He wants to come on and have a conversation. Seems like a unique cat. But something that I noticed about him yesterday, and I called him out for it yesterday, and he gave me some lame-ass excuse, is like, you know, when I'm in the rooms with with these people and Nicholas is there, he has really very little to say to me. But as soon as I leave, he starts talking shit immediately. And I find that to be cowardly. I find that to be really, really cowardly. And I can't wait till he comes on and I can address him voice to voice over that instead of just in a side chat.
Confident, you were sure of yourself. I think you handled yourself extremely well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy to see it.
I'm just kind of ready to be like, just stop
All
letting,
right, get to the good shit.
That worldview pretend it has strength that it doesn't have. And so I'm like, he can just, as a layman, I can go up against that. And with Jehovah on my side, the battle belongs to Jehovah,
Amen, brother. Amen. No, I like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, guys, link is in the description if anyone wants to join. Cerberus, I don't know if I'm...
All right, so now we're going to get into the Cerberus Hex versus Smokey Saint part. Now, if you go into these Saturday Night Mike nights, and I've been into a couple now, and Smokey likes to say that he's for free speech. He likes to say that he's for conversation. He likes to say that, anybody's welcome. But as you are going to see here, that is very limited. Now, it's not limited with me. Like I said, I'm all up in Smokey's head. He treats me somewhat differently than he does other people now. He doesn't time me out. He lets me leave on my own. He doesn't boot me. But you're going to see today that that's just me. That's just me. Smokey's not like that with other atheists.
I want to give you a whole lot of, space in here right now because, I feel like that was just a pretty dishonest exchange over there. So, do you have something... Do you have something to actually contribute beyond what was there? Because we already revealed that was nonsensical, whatever point you were trying to make there. So if you got something else you want to go into, that's fine.
All right, so Smokey is like, all right, we're just not gonna talk about that shit because it was nonsense, right? We proved it. We proved it. So and I haven't seen that conversation. Maybe Smokey's right. I doubt it because Cerberus Hex knows how to have a fucking conversation. He knows how to troll. He knows how to trigger. Cerberus Hex has all the tools in his toolbox to really fuck with somebody like Smokey Saint. That's just an unbiased overview of what I see of the situation and what I've seen of Cerberus talking on different channels compared to what I've seen of Smokey talking on different channels. Cerberus has a lot of tools in his toolbox to fuck with somebody like Smokey Saint. So Smokey Saint has to start the conversation with, hey, we've already won this conversation. You might as well not bring it up again.
I understand you believe that. You're just wrong. But I thought this was like a new thing.
What is a new thing? What is a new thing?
Are we going to try to have the same conversation or talk about something different?
Yeah, I'd prefer to not talk about what we've already debunked and are done with. Yeah, I'd prefer to have.
Oh, you have to colorize it like that. Come on, you didn't debunk anything. Let's move on.
Well, yeah, your point was that God was contingent on reality.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Okay,
which
means that God was created by reality.
Nope.
Or well, then if he wasn't created by reality, then he is coexistent with reality.
Yep, and also reliant on it.
Can't be reliant upon it. It would have to be a coexistence.
Definitely is.
He couldn't be reliant upon it because then that means he would have to come from it. That's the only way that would follow.
No, he's reliant on it in the sense that if there was no existence, he couldn't exist.
All right, so even me, even the raging atheist, even Nakatsuchi, your stupid homeboy, can pick up what Cerberus is putting down here, right? So say even if God did exist outside of time, space, all that bullshit that these Christians just love to spew, right? This word salad that comes out of their mouths all the time. So even if that's true, right? Without reality, without existence, without this time and universe, we wouldn't know that God exists. So God is dependent on that for us to know that he exists. I can even pick up on that. I can even, but I'm that's not even really the argument. The argument is that they're not codependent. You don't have to have a God for existence. And we'll get into it. I'll comment as we go along. I have happened to know a few polytheists that don't believe that their gods have anything to do with the existence of the universe. Those things can be separated. They can be.
If there was no him, there wouldn't be existence. So your point is just moot.
No, you could remove God from the
That's cool.
equation.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
No, you could, because God would have to create existence. There wouldn't be no existence.
No, because there's no creation there entailed.
There can't be an existence without God. There's no. That's not a coherent statement.
I understand
God
that's what you
created
believe.
existence. Well, where do you get?
That's
Okay,
you're dragging it.
Okay,
You're dragging it in.
All right, hey, Jay Spashcock, I'm glad you're here. I told you last night we would be reviewing the conversation John and P. Mars had on your channel. John isn't feeling well. We'll be doing that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Where do you get your justification for what you believe?
I get it from testing it. What do you mean?
Testing what?
Testing what I believe.
To what?
My justification is
what you
test.
just said. How do you test what you just said?
How do I test what I just said? Well, you have to be more specific now.
How did you test your idea that God is contingent on reality?
That God is contingent, because there has to be something in which to exist in.
That's not a test. That's just an assertion.
You're right. That's not a test.
So you said you tested it. So how did you test it?
I said.
Smokey kind of sounds like atheist right now. Like, Smokey, how do you test your God? How do you test the existence of the Christian God Yahweh? How do you know that? How do you test that, Smokey? Like, Smokey sounds kind of like me right now. Smokey, now I know I'm all up in your head, but stop copying me, bro.
You asked me where I got the foundations of stuff.
And you said you tested it. And now I'm asking you how you tested it.
Yeah, but I don't consider that a foundation for me.
How did you? I'm going to ask you one more time, and now you're just a ridiculous, stupid trash clown.
Well, just because you don't understand some basic things.
Answer my question, or I'm.
Just because you're a stupid trash clown, like, is Smokey Saint literally telling Cerberus Hex, somebody that has been around arguing for a fucking decade now, that he's too stupid to understand these very simple arguments that Smokey's laying down? Is he like really doing that? Like, you know. Maybe Smokey should understand the people he's talking to a little bit. Maybe. You know, just maybe. Maybe.
I'm done with you.
I'll be done.
Answer my question or I'm done with you, sir.
I thought I did.
You're just a stupid trash troll and you're wasting my time on my channel. If you don't
Stupid trash troll. Wasting my time.
Oh no, we're doing a Darth Darkins now?
If you want to think of it that way, I don't care. It's my show. I
burn. Like, and I've called that out. I've said the same thing. Smokey Saint goes around pretending that he hates Darth Dawkins. Like, this is no shit. Like, we've had this conversation. Doesn't like Darth Dawkins, and yet he goes around acting like Darth Dawkins. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And here Cerberus is calling the same thing out, exactly as I have told Smokey myself. Just calling a spade. I really appreciate that.
Answer my question
the way I want.
Or you're a troll.
Well, yeah, no. If you're just going to keep saying the same thing over and over again when I've already refuted it,
I'm trying to have a different conversation.
And then you said you can test it, and then I ask you what's your test, and then you run away and dodge it and say I don't have a test. See, you're a contradictory, illogical.
I didn't say I didn't have a test.
See, here we go.
Right.
Here we go. Do you hear this guy, guys? He just cannot stay consistent for 5 seconds.
You can't stay consistent with yourself.
Smokey, can I give my point to this? I think that God.
Yeah, I think I agree, Jay. Jay usually has some pretty good insights into people, and I often agree with them. Jay Spashcock says it's a ruse. He's emulating DD and then blowing smoke up people's butts. I agree. I think you're right. You know, when he gets into these rooms with atheists, you know, he becomes Darth Dawkins. And then he goes into these rooms with Christians, and yeah, he blows a lot of smoke up people's ass. Makes them like him, and now they all think that he's some champion because he acts like Darth Dawkins. It's, you know, it shows the hypocrisy of these YouTube Christians. You know, they're not really serious interlocutors. These are not people to take seriously. These are people to ridicule. You know, these are not people to have really serious conversations that's going to just blow the minds of the audience. These are dumpster fires waiting to happen. And I think Smokey knows this. Like, I literally pretty much told this to Smokey last night. Like, Smokey, you're a fucking godsend to people like me. Endless content. Like, I could have this content forever now. forever now, because Smokey's just Smokey Saint. He's going to continue to do this, and he's going to come across superior competition, people that are going to really be able to run circles around him on these philosophical levels and expose him for the idiot that he is. Like, Smokey, take another page from my book and just admit you don't know much about philosophy. You'll go a lot further if you're just honest about it. Trust me, I know.
Exists, and that is being. So this is interchangeable. The mere fact that there is existence and God incorporates that eternal existence makes that whole point that you guys try to argue about moot.
It does. I agree. That's why I'm trying to point out that his argument is moot. It's nonsensical. It doesn't matter because it's a coexistent nature. It's just the stupidest point I've ever heard anyone make or be so desperate to try to land.
Smokey, at the moment that you admit that something cannot come from nothing, and that being in some way or another had to exist without.
All right, so I mean, Cerberus is here having a conversation about the universe, God, and their relationship, and Antangelo here is back to just those same tired ass Christian talking points. Something coming from nothing. Something can't come from nothing, therefore God. I mean, like, I saw somebody in the chat mention it. Like, Antangelo has no originality. It's just the same tired-ass arguments, time and time again, same script. They probably got coffee stains all over them, probably, brown from age. You need to update your script, dog. Come up with some new shit. Be a little original. Add in a couple new jokes just to give it some flavor. I'm trying to help you out.
Eternally without coming from nothing. So then atheists, they have the burden of proof to explain what that being was. And it wasn't the universe. So if it wasn't the universe, so what was it?
But I agree with everything you just said.
Do you believe in God, Cerberus? Do you believe in God?
There are gods, I think, that are real. That's what you mean.
Which ones?
Trash Clown says, Antangelo is a trash clown.
I mean, the pantheist God obviously exists. I exist inside of it.
So right? you are God?
Well, in that case, I would be a very, very, insignificant part of God.
You're part of God? Okay, and how do you know that?
And then, but there's other gods that also exist, right?
Okay, how did you come to that conclusion? What's your evidence for that conclusion?
Well, it's based on definition.
Well, no, it's not. Definition doesn't.
No,
get
it
you
really
there.
is. It's based on the definition of what is a god.
If we
define God. Okay, define God.
Then what about
Okay, so I
again, like, Smokey sounds like a fucking atheist right here. Smokey sounds like he's arguing like an atheist would argue. Questions, ask questions. How do you prove it? Where's your evidence? I mean, like, maybe he just has some PTSD from our last conversation. Maybe that's what it is. And he's flashing back and he doesn't even realize what he's saying. Maybe that's what it is. Because it doesn't really, sound like he's even arguing against Cerberus Hex. He's just calling him names, asking him questions, and being an all-around douchebag. This is not even like Smokey Saint versus Cerberus Hex here. This is just Cerberus Hex saying stuff and Smokey Saint not getting it at all.
I went through all of this. I couldn't find a definition that covers everything that's obviously a deity.
I want your definition.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So calm your horses, sit down like a good boy. So my definition that I came to is that something is a god if people claim that it's a god and truly believe that it's a god. That's the only thing that covers everything.
God, Smokey, for the 1,000,000th time. Look at me. I'm looking you right in the eye right now. Stop with the laugh. Just stop. Remember when they were bashing on Shannon Q and they were talking about how Shannon Q does this laugh and it's like this defense mechanism when she's in trouble. Again, obviously just projecting, because, I mean, that's Smokey Saint. Smokey Saint can't understand what's going on. Smokey Saint isn't on the same, isn't even really in the same conversation as Cerberus Hex here. So he's just got to do that awful, awful laugh. Like, I'm looking at you eye to eye, dog. I'm not trolling you right now. I'm being sincere. It's awful. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I think it's called a god.
No, that has nothing to do with any kind of
God, it's
claim
like
at
chalk
all. That's
screeching on
extremely
blackboard.
Right.
Stupidest
You're right, but he didn't
definition I
ask
have
me for
ever
some
heard.
sort of thing that I like believe in or worship. He asked me, do I think a god exists?
Oh my god!
I think y'all need to smoke a blunt.
All right, so not acknowledging or even listening to a single word that Cerberus Hex just said. Just laughing. That's all Smokey's doing. Just laughing. Just laughing.
Chill. Like, that's
Right? I'm trying to have a different conversation. He's still triggered about being wrong before.
Dude, what was I wrong about?
I didn't say that.
God,
I didn't
God
say
not being
that.
contingent.
He's not. He would. There's no way for him to be in your philosophical framework, and we've already exposed it. Like in order for God,
No, he specifically is.
In order
if
for
he
God-
exists.
all right. In order for God to be contingent on reality, that means reality came before God. That means there was.
We already
reality-
covered how that doesn't have to be the case. It could be the case, but that doesn't have to be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, like Smokey just isn't getting all of Cerberus Hex's arguments here. So Cerberus Hex seems to be covering it all, and is simply saying that God and reality have this I don't know, this dependent relationship upon each other, right? You know, not a position that I would have, you know, as an atheist that doesn't believe in any gods. And I'm not sure Cerberus's position. You know, I'm not sure. I don't think that he has to have a position. He doesn't have to hold a position to argue a position, right? So I think that he's covering all of his bases here. And Smokey just doesn't quite understand it, so he'll hone in on one thing, but as he's honing in on it, Cerberus has already covered that. And he's just automatically trying to instill that Cerberus is wrong and Smokey is right, when that's just not the case. Like, I think, you know, if you're going to have this discussion, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that reality isn't dependent upon God. As I said, I've known several polytheists, and their gods, or I've been told that you know, by some of them, that their gods had nothing to do with the creation of the universe. Could even be a product of that of the universe coming into existence. It doesn't have to be God was there and God created it. And again, even if it is, as I pointed out earlier, even if God did do all of that and was outside of time, space, without that time and space, without our existence here, we wouldn't know that God exists. So they are relying upon each other. Like, even I can pick up on this shit, Smokey. Even I, and I'm stupid. Remember, I'm stupid.
Well, that's
If
because
it's
you use
not
the
the
definition of God. It's just like you're refusing to even have the discussion. It's a joke.
This is so stupid.
Yeah, I think he is a joke. I didn't even want to continue this for some
No, we
reason.
may,
I don't know
well,
why.
like,
You
it's a
didn't
modal
have
pro.
it,
The reason
either.
we were so quiet before was
And that is the worst part about it. Like, Cerberus Hex he came in and said, hey, this is a new conversation. I already schooled your asses on this shit. We can talk about something new. And he said that several times. But Smokey is so triggered and butthurt that he can't let it go. He can't move on to something that he might just be a little bit stronger in. No, he's got to carry out with it. He's got to carry this out. He's got to continue. He's got to continue until he's really triggered, because that's Smokey Saint. That's Icky Taint. That's what Icky does. Do the Icky shuffle.
because it's not worth engaging your stupid argument. We were just
Yeah,
letting
it's
Smokey
ridiculous.
take care of it real quick.
Like, I don't
Like-
know. Are you trying to convince people of this?
I don't know.
Are
I'm
you
just
trying
telling
to
you the
convince
truth.
people? Let me ask you something. Are you trying to evangelize this? Are you trying to convince people of this?
No, I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay, well then let's drop it because it's stupid. So what's your next point?
No, Cerberus,
Wait,
I would
what do you
like
mean
to
by next
inform-
point?
Let's drop it because it's stupid. Seriously, Smokey? Like, you're the one that's been, carrying this on. You're the one that's been carrying this on. But now, because, Cerberus is running circles around you, you're not even in the same fucking conversation as Cerberus, Smokey Saint. Now you want to just drop it. But they're not going to just drop it. Smokey's not going to let that happen. I did see that, where was it at? Speed of Sound of Gravity from Brainbug is going live with G in a second. Smokey is in that chat. So yeah, when I'm done here, I might have to head over there and see what's going on there. I might have a little bit of time to troll the icky taint.
This
Well, what else do you have to say? If you have something else to say, say it. Otherwise, get the hell out of my room.
Well, I was going to take part in the conversation, whatever it was in here.
Yeah,
I'm not here just to impose myself on everyone like you
I
seem
don't
to
know
be
about
wanting me
that,
to do.
bro. You're
Hold
very
on. Let me
divisive.
address something real quick with Cerberus. I'm going to debunk his claim anyway, just real quick.
Oh,
So,
okay, we can stay on it, I guess.
so Cerberus is confusing contingency with consequence of necessity and necessity of consequence. So he doesn't know the difference between
No, I didn't
those
do that
two.
either.
Yeah, it's a modal
Sort of
fallacy.
He'll just deny whatever we say he's doing, even though he just said it, because
Right.
he's just so desperate.
Oh, yeah, because just
All right, so like I want you guys to remember that, and I want you to remember it for 2 days, because Thursday morning when I show my latest interaction, you're gonna see that this is just another icky taint talking point. This is just something that he's gonna apply to every subject against his interlocutor. Oh, that's just what you say. You know, like for me last night when we were talking climate change and it's almost 3 a.m. and I didn't want to talk climate change. In fact, I wanted to be in bed. You know, like I was stupid for being up that late. Didn't have my information. I'm like, I don't want to talk climate change. But we talked a little bit. And that's his argumentation. Rage he's just a leftist and he's gonna give you those lefty talking points. This is part of his argumentation to try to dismiss when he's getting his ass owned by the people he's arguing against. Because Smokey Saint doesn't know how to fucking argue. He doesn't. He just slings insults, and then all these cowards that circle around him, they love that because they're too fucking cowardly to really do it themselves. Like Praise, he'll get into it a little bit, but the rest of them, they're just fucking cowards.
simply claiming something like he just did.
Dude, you know what?
Doesn't require a rebuttal other than you're wrong.
We pointed out your contradictions.
You pointed out what you thought was a contradiction.
Well, it is a contradiction because it makes no sense.
I understand that you believe that it is.
Demonstrate how it is.
He has to demonstrate it, and he can't. He just wants us to say that this.
Demonstrate how it.
We believe you, Cerberus, not.
Okay, so which part do you think is a contradiction?
Did you guys catch that? Did you just catch what fucking Praise said? Praise, like I have to ask. I need to find out how old Praise is because Praise just literally used a 4th grade schoolyard argument. And that was, hey, Cerberus, we believe you. Not, I mean, praise. I have to give you the hands down golden award for argumentation here. You've never lost a debate, dog, and this is why. Because you have these just really supreme arguments, and that being, Cerberus Hex, we believe you. Not shit. Like, fuck, praise. Like, stop doing drugs. Seriously, stop drinking. Stop doing drugs, whatever the fuck you're doing. Stop smoking crack, because you don't make no fucking sense.
The fact that God would be able to not exist and reality would. That is incoherent.
Is it incoherent based on what you believe, or is it inconsistent in my worldview?
Both.
Both. Because me being contradictory only deals with my worldview and not what you believe.
Correct.
So in my worldview,
81, so that makes him, 4 years younger than me. That would make him, 39 years old, 38, 39 years old. Like, and we're still using 4th grade arguments, Praise. Yet you're undefeated. You've never lost a debate, ever!
if there is a God, he is contingent on existence because he has to get the property of being.
Okay, well,
how is that a contradiction?
He can't get it. He can't get it. It was always
no. His. Now you're injecting your beliefs. We're talking about how am I contradictory, not what you.
Did
not
God
how
always
you disagree
exist?
with me?
Did God always exist?
In that worldview, no. God, if
in your worldview, did God always exist?
So in my worldview, if God exists, he wouldn't have always existed.
Okay, then he came into existence. He came into existence after reality. So how did he come into existence? What created God?
He came into existence at some point after existence always existed. Like that doesn't make much sense.
How?
Let me interject. This is just
what is that existence? So explain that.
All right, so I don't understand why Christians would think that anything could be infinite and not have a beginning. right? Like God, if God exists, has to have a beginning somewhere, right? Right? I mean, ugh, not sure what that was. That was nasty. I think I caught a bug in my mouth. Ugh. All right. So, but I mean, I just never really understood that. Like, even if you think that beginning was so far before reality starts, like God has to have a beginning somewhere. Like God had to be created, right? Like if you believe in a designer, if you believe that everything is designed, then God himself must have been designed at some point. I never understood how they just can't carry through with their logic here and really and really apply it to everything, including their God. But I think the answer is obvious. It's indoctrination. I think with people like Smokey Saint, it's being that Poe. It's having those arguments, trying to be this character that he is on the internet. I don't even know if he really believes half the shit he says. Honestly, I don't hear any conviction. All I hear are talking points. I don't hear original argumentation, passion. I don't get any of that from Smokey Saint. I get like a big ass, Poe. That's my feeling about Smokey Saint, is he's a Poe. He's a Poe.
What is that existence that created God?
I didn't say he created God.
Yeah,
Well,
he can't be consistent enough for us to follow him.
That's what you said, literally. You thought that being.
Yeah, I feel like this.
I said God came into
extreme
existence. I said
I would
God
just
came
like
into
to-
existence at some point after existence.
Was there?
And does anybody else pick up that at least Antangelo is starting to understand that Cerberus Hex is having fun with Smokey, and now Antangelo has to come to Smokey's defense, right? It's not just Smokey Cerberus Hex anymore. Antangelo's up in that mix, trying to get his 2 cents in, because Smokey is doing really, really badly. I'm not a person that pretends to understand philosophy, but I think Cerberus Hex is really running some circles around Smokey Saint right here.
Anything before reality?
Is there anything before I'm talking about existence.
I know. Was there
Yeah,
anything
I
before
would just
existence?
like
Was
to,
there anything before existence?
No, their existence would have always have been.
So existence, then God, then reality.
If God exists, that would be one way in which it could happen.
Could or it, oh my God, dude! Oh, you are such a freaking dumpster fire. Man.
You're asking me a bunch of questions, but you haven't pointed out
you
how
can't even you can't even take a stance, and you keep.
You're such a freaking dumpster fire. Like, that's not a criticism. That's not a criticism. And Cerberus is clearly saying this is one way that it could have happened. The Christians are saying that there's only one way that it could have happened. Cerberus's argument is no, that there are other ways, and here's another way that it could have happened. And they're not picking up on that. They're not, I don't know, smart enough to pick up on that.
Keep saying like, "Oh, I got evidence for this." I believe it on
you're
good
trying
authority.
to drive it somewhere else.
But then you take
Look,
it to.
look,
Well,
just cut out the red
this could
herrings.
be the case.
Like, cut out the red
It's
herrings.
literally
and the
what
personal
you
attacks.
pitched. It's literally
cut
what
out the
you
red
pitched.
herrings and the personal attacks. Show me where.
It's literally what you've. I put you on.
Show
mute.
me where that.
It's
Show
literally
me where that position.
okay. I'm just gonna put him in the back then.
Yeah, his
All right.
God is irrelevant anyway.
And that's pretty much it. We'll watch just a little bit longer, but you saw it. You saw the triggering of Icky Taint there, and he just kicked Cerberus Hex from the room, right? So Icky Taint can't have a legitimate conversation. Icky Taint can't be wrong. Icky Taint can't be made to look bad by people on his streams because he's just going to boot you from his room, which is fine. And it tells me, like, when I go into his room and I don't get booted, it tells me a little something. It tells me that I'm all up in that head. I'm taking up space. I don't even have to pay rent. Because that's it. He's not going to let Cerberus come back in as far as I can remember. He got pissed. He got triggered. And he kicked Cerberus out.
Anyway, it's just
yeah.
some like lesser
That's
than
the stupidest
existence,
thing I've ever
lesser
heard.
God anyway. Who cares? Right?
Existence, then God, then reality. Explain that to me. There is no explanation.
Right. He needs to explain how
Y'all just had
existed
it.
created too, but he didn't say created. Then how did everything get here?
That's a great point. Perfect one. Antangelo is not a stupid man, and he's not. It is not a surprise that he caught on. The question is, why didn't Smokey catch on? And I think the answer to that is he's stupid. He's like really, really dumb. And that's why he has to project that on everybody he comes across. That's why he has to project it on me. It's why he had to project it on Cerberus. It's why he has to project it on every person he's going to have a conversation with. Because inherently he knows that he's stupid. He does. I mean, not very intelligent. And nothing wrong with that, dog. Nothing wrong with that. There's going to be smart people. There's going to be stupid people. Smokey Saint just happens to be one of those stupid people.
Yeah.
Y'all get mad at atheists as an agnostic. Maybe I should just bounce out of this bitch.
If you want. Go ahead, Quentin.
I'm just saying, like, I don't.
If you want, go ahead, Quentin. You know, just such a dick. Such a dick. But you're going to see on Thursday. You're going to see on Thursday that Smokey Saint is actually going to tell me that he doesn't do what he just did. What you guys just saw him do. He doesn't do that. He believes in free speech. He believes in arguments. But the truth of the matter is, he doesn't do that to me. Because I got up in his head. And it was easy to do. It was easy to do. And I'm going to start fucking with his boy Maddox again. Because, like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I enjoyed it. It was a short and sweet interaction. 17 minutes of somebody that's been in this game for a long time. Against a noob. And I think we saw here that when it comes to these conversations, experience matters. Having good arguments matters. And Cerberus Hex just ran circles around Smokey Saint. Just ran circles around Smokey Saint. But that's going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to probably try to jump over and see what's going on Sound of Gravity's channel. Maybe troll Smokey a little bit. Listen to some GE. Love GE. Still have not completely fixed my my closing screen. For that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wilson. I'm sorry. I will get this upgraded before the show tomorrow. I'm going to write it on my calendar so I don't forget this time. Going to try to do that before I go to work. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the schooling of Icky Taint. I'll see you tomorrow.